regulars on TikTok. This might work out after all. Just a second while I get some other stuff set up. Yeah, man. I am 297, so I got it. There's things to talk about. So let us go. Let's kind of get started, shall we? I'm going to be playing a game here. So, welcome. My name is WriterMaven. I am the host of the Wrestling Series Seeds podcast. I talk all things Judgment Day, Dom, Liv, Raquel, Vin, JD, now Roxanne, poor Carlito. This is WWE Evolution. The PLE was solid. I really have no complaints. Well, I do and I don't, but wrestling wise, I was great about it. You know, I am ecstatic about my girl Naomi cashing in and winning. I was screaming in your face, Rhea, when that happened, because you know me, I'm a petty bitch. So, I was happy. I'm screaming. I'm so happy for her. She's been through a lot after walking out and coming back, and always seeming like she was going to not be able to capitalize on anything. She finally wins Money in the Bank, and she finally was able to cash in, and she was not the failed Money in the Bank attempt. Now they can let somebody else fail next year or something like that. But I am so happy that Naomi cashed in. But I do want to talk about Evolution. And while I do that, I'm going to bring up a little game. I'm going to do some Puzzle Fighter. So now, where are you? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to play a little bit of Puzzle Fighter. And I'm going to bring this out for my little friends here. So, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Puzzle Fighter. And why did that shrink down so much? I should have adjusted this. Oh well. So, let me just get that adjusted. I'm still new at this. Bear with me, y'all. So I got the audio on mute now because it's been really intense right now, so I just got it muted. So I'm gonna turn that way down. But I'll start in a second. So, Evolution. I have to say that it is what it is with Raquel and Roxanne winning. I really think that the air got really sucked out of the room when they won. Like, everybody was cheering for Charlotte and Alexa, and then all of a sudden Raquel pulls it out and wins. It was like the ending sequence was weird. But they won. So, I mean, like I said, I was wanting them to lose for the drama, but they won. So I guess we're going to have Happy Finn and his grinning ass tomorrow, and I am not really looking forward to it. I'm just hoping that they just gone and get shit started. Like, I need either Liv showing up, doing something. I don't know. I mean, something needs to get going. We only have 3 weeks until SummerSlam, so something needs to happen. From what I noticed from the match, I didn't notice they're in the back into the purple. That seems like that was always crafted by Rhea. Like, she was always still wearing purple, and now I guess she's kind of dropped that and went to black. So now they're picking up Judgment Day purple again. It's gonna be interesting if we see Finn and like JD shift back to the purple, and then like Dom stays like black and white, you know, like the old English black and white. It'll be interesting to see if that shift, if we'll see like a color shift within the members. Also, did you notice how Raquel celebrated with legs around Raquel like Liv does Dom? Like, okay, I was like, okay, now we're just pushing it at this point. Like, I mean, you're not them. I mean, Raquel seems like to be going after the side. I still think it would have been going a lot better if Raquel had got that win at Night of Champions, but here we are. I guess now it takes a win for her to go over to the dark side, I'm guessing. And now, of course, we get the people being sad on the X and saying, "Oh, this breakup is gonna hit hard between Raquel and Liv." And I'm like, weren't y'all just saying y'all didn't want Raquel? Like, be for real. Like, I never get why all of a sudden now people are just saying like I'm gonna miss them. I'm like, y'all didn't want Raquel would live in the first place because you thought the tag division was beneath Liv. So I don't know. I was actually happy with that tag team turmoil with that tag match because Charlotte was getting cheered and I was really happy for her. I know that had to be really cathartic for her, so I was really really happy she was getting cheered. Sol Roca showed out, and then of course they do like the whole accident spear by Zarya on Sol Roca. But yeah, but like I said, we need to switch that Judgment Day music. It was okay. I thought it was okay at the beginning, but um, they need to switch it up because when they came out, it just like it just killed the crowd. And that's what's happening with Finn and JD too. It kills the crowd. They need something with more energy. If you're gonna keep them heels or whatever, and with Seth being out, they might have to end up still being heels like everybody, like Dom too, and throwing in like the music takes it everything down. So they need to change the music choice on that. But um but I will I'm gonna play some of this. I'm gonna talk about my girl Naomi. I have like this. Puzzle Fighter is a favorite. I used to play this. They had like Xbox and PlayStation versions, so yeah. I'm on start. Yes, I know. I want to insert a coin, you jerk. Okay, just got a word on it. All right. Good grief, all these things. I don't want to rewind my game. But so with Naomi, I was not expecting that cash in. I thought they were going to have her cash in on Jade, and then she would cash in like at SummerSlam. Like Jade wins against Tiffany, and then she cashes in at SummerSlam. Um, but I guess they need the actual wrestling heel, because there is no wrestling heels on Raw with Liv being out. So I guess they need that audible there. I had a question that was saying, well, doesn't this mean Liv will be out for a long time? I'm like, no, she can still come back in a non wrestling capacity. It's just that they need someone that can wrestle, especially at PLEs, especially since Liv is still recovering. She can't do the like wrestling while she's still injured. Let me turn it down and then I'll give you a little bit of the music. Um, but to get into like the Naomi and Jade match, this is why Naomi should have won at WrestleMania, because you got gave her two losses against Jade pretty much back to back, and she really didn't need that. She needed a win in there. Yeah, she won Money in the Bank, but it would have been nice to have Naomi split at least one of those matches. Um, but whatever, it is what it is. I mean, she's the champ now, but at the time when I was watching it, I was disappointed because could have done something with that win. But and then I was also disappointed that Bianca didn't really do that much either. Like, what was the point of her being a special guest referee if she didn't like hint at like a hint at the heel turn, or hint at helping Naomi, or hint at helping Jade? Like, I don't see the point of Bianca being out there. You could have just had a regular, um, you could have just had a regular referee out there. And here we go. Okay. Oh, my RAM is. Come on. Was I already playing? Wow. Okay. Yeah, my RAM is taking a real big hit. Oh well. Yeah, I gotta work some memory here probably soon. But I will talk about Rhea and Io soon because I think Rhea has. I need to free up some memory on this. My computer cannot handle it. Well, it can. It's just wanting to be a. There we go. All right. All right. But yeah. Okay. Going back to the Io and going back to the Io and Rhea match, it was hard hitting, and we had the ref bump because of course we have a ref bump. But I'll notice this was the time Rhea got booed. Like, didn't I tell y'all that she was gonna run up against somebody that was gonna cause her to boo? Now the crowd reversed itself, but this was like the first time we got somebody to boo Rhea, and I knew it was gonna happen. I was just surprised it happened with Io. Like, I thought it was gonna be coming across maybe as Stephanie Vacure or somebody like that to get booed. I knew it was only a matter of time. And they had that gnarly stuff. Like, you see how Rhea started having the temper tantrum too. Like, she starts, like, you do the ref bump. She's, and she does the rip tide and pins Liv, and the ref isn't there, of course, and then she starts kicking the kicking the rope, doing another border toss. I call that a border toss. That is not a razor's edge. Razor's edge kind of went straight down. Border toss is like when you get tossed, and that's what she and Damien have been doing. So I just call that a border toss. Um, then throws Rhea out, not Rhea, Io out the ring, and just proceeds to like start attacking her until Io could rally back. Now it was nice to kind of see that, but it was just like, okay, why are we having a whole ass temper tantrum? Just like start signaling, you would think face wise, okay, hey, start signaling for a ref or something like that. I don't know if that was an indication of a heel turn. I don't think so, because she still is going to get cheered regardless. But it was just really interesting to have her do that temper tantrum. Maybe she's just frustrated and that was just her way of showing her frustration or whatever. But I was like, I wasn't liking how the buildup was to um, this match anyway, because they were trying to put her like as the underdog. I'm like, you're not an underdog. Just because you're not haven't gotten that win on Io doesn't make you an underdog. It just means that you just haven't gotten that win yet. And of course, Io fights back, goes all the way out of the ring and back into the ring. And then what I was getting concerned about is that being like a really good sequence on Rhea when she gets in the ring, and then Rhea kicks out. I was like, okay, you did all that punishment only for them to come back to the ring and Rhea still kicks out. That's what always irks me with her booking. And then after that, we see Naomi come down. She gets Rhea out the ring because she was smart, and then she waited until like the bell rung to start really hitting Io with the briefcase. And then she hits Io, gets rid of Rhea, hits the split level moonsault, and gets the 1, 2, 3. And I'm happy as a clam. And of course, some people were always saying like, some people were saying like, well, Rhea's gonna start complaining like, I was robbed, I was denied my title, I never lost the title, yada 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 yada. Yeah, like we already know the promo for the next 5 months for Rhea. But let me see what's going on the chat here. Kenji says, Dom reposts fans tweet of Raquel that Liv reposts Rox and Raquel. Yeah, like, there's just pretty much going as stated. People were saying, like, Finn didn't repost, like, Liv's thing, like, what, Liv won or something like that, but, I mean, it is what it is. We don't know what they're going to be doing with Judgment Day. Like, we can just only hope that they do some kind of, what do I say? Like, we hope that they do at least some storylines, but like storyline advancement. But since everything is all up in the air with Seth, we got to see what they do with Seth. Like right now, they had already announced the Gauntlet match with CM Punk, Penta, Jay, Braun Breaker, and who was that other person? Wasn't there another person in there? Oh, LA Knight. It's Gunther at SummerSlam. So we gotta see what's going on with that one. I mean, we know that Dom can have that match with AJ, but we gotta see what's going along with Seth to see if they have to do any shifting heel wise. Everybody else on Raw, because you can still keep Dom as a heel, because that's your emergency. Because I know they can figure out how to keep Dom heel. He can do it. So if they need like Dom to just stay heel, they can figure something out for Dom to stay heel. So like I would not be surprised like if they want to keep like if they want to just like pull trigger, go Dom, your heel. We need a heel to be along with. I mean, you got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but are they getting enough of a fan response to necessitate that heel? Like a heel persona and stuff like that. You can build up Braun Breaker, but mostly people are barking with Braun Breaker. He's almost like that tweener. You know, Dom is kind of like at that tweener stage now, but with Dom, flip. So you could just have something happen on Monday where Dom, you know, they say, hey, Dom, we need you heel. Have him do something dastardly. He's a heel. I mean, and that doesn't really wreck anything live wise or Bonnie and Clyde wise, because Bonnie and Clyde are pretty much like outlaws and criminals and stuff like that. So that doesn't really impact like a Bonnie and Clyde setup for them. You know what I mean? So you can still have Dom heel, and that's why I was saying like you need to probably keep Finn face, because you had the fans react to Finn being face. Like it was kind of like how it was at Evolution tonight. You know, you had Raquel and Roxanne come out, but are they getting the boos? No, they didn't really get a boo when they won. It was just kind of like the air kind of got sucked out of the arena is what I called it. Like I would expect like a boo, maybe if they had pinned maybe Charlotte. Now if they had pinned Charlotte or Alexa, maybe they would have maybe they would have gotten a boo, but they didn't. They pinned like what was it, Soul Roca, so they didn't get any kind of reaction. They probably needed to have them pin like Alexa or probably would they now that probably wouldn't nobody wanted to probably go. That probably helped with the heelness. You know what I mean? Because they didn't get a reaction coming out, and they didn't get a reaction at the winning. It was like, you know, it was some reaction, but not the reaction compared to everybody else in the night. So yeah, so they might pull a trigger and just have Dom heel, because who else are the heels on Raw? I mean, you could have Karrion Kross, but is he getting the heel reaction? No, he's getting a face reaction now. You see, they're kind of in a shit creek right now. The WWE, at least when it relates to heels. If they had capitalized on Dom's heelness, then they would probably be in a little bit better position. But now they are faced with either maybe having like Braun heel or Bronson Reed heel, and probably Dom, because I don't think Finn could pull the reaction they would need for like a legit heel reaction. You know. Uh, so just be on the lookout tomorrow on Raw if we actually start seeing like a turn with Dom. Like maybe we see like he's in the clubhouse. He's, you know, he tweeted out the congratulations, but maybe he's more aloof with it, and you know if he starts doing that whole separation where he actually lives up to like the big headedness and all that Michael Cole wanted to put out. And speaking of Cole, I have to get to him later, because that dude was messing up all over the place. Kid, said people complain about Dom's repost of Finn. Like, what do people expect out of Dom? See, this is that double standard again. Like, he can't win for losing. Like, if he didn't repost, then you know what was he not supposed to do? It's Judgment Day. He's still Judgment Day. Like, how are you gonna get mad at somebody reposting about somebody keeping titles in your group? It's not like he's kicked out yet or he's left yet. So what is he supposed to do? I'm so tired of these double standards regarding Dom, because nobody has yet to go after like Raquel for taking that picture with Zelina. 97 says, I kind of wish they gave Io a good title run. She's amazing. Yeah, like she needed more title defenses. There was no excuse for her to not have a title defense from WrestleMania to now. It is extremely messed up. Io is probably the only one I feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for her fans, but I feel sorry for Io. Hope says, what I don't understand, what are they doing with Rhea at Crown Jewel in Perth? Now, she might be able to get the title, but she may not be. Maybe they decided that people were getting wise to what they were trying to do with Rhea, and then they had to call an audible. And also notice that it kind of this Naomi cashing in kind of busted a lot of the dirt sheets reporting. So it could be just that they're busting the dirt sheets again, because they will do that, and maybe they've changed the direction with Rhea. Like maybe Rhea goes to SmackDown. Maybe she does something there. You never know. It might things might be switching up just because of these injuries, and they had to change things on the fly. But like I said, I won't be surprised if she comes out of Perth with the title, but it may not be the Raw title. Um, um, um. Barbara Girl says so. Now they're trying to copy Lived On Now negative 1,000 aura post for Roxelle. Yeah. Uh, Darius said Naomi deserves it. Yeah, she really does. Jacob says Raquel and Roxanne are losing at SummerSlam. That's what I think. I mean, I see the scenario where I saw somebody say that you can have Finn and JD lose their titles, and Raquel and Roxanne lose their titles, and then Dom retains. Like, I can see that scenario. Kenji says Raquel is gonna start changing when Liv comes back. Possibly, yeah. I don't know what they're doing with Judgment Day. I've kind of given up at this point. I got so fatigued with them today. Like, I was just sitting there when I'm just watching everybody, all the other matches, and I just got so fatigued. I was just over it. Seriously, I was over it. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see Finn's grinning face tomorrow. If I see Dom and AJ, I'm cool, but for everything else, I'm kind of over it, and it's just extreme fatigue. Like, this thing needed to end it months ago. It never did. We got Liv out, and I'm just over the whole thing right now. It's just like my brain went enough. Um, Kenji said Dom is gonna be the only one loyal to Liv, while the whole Desert Day is turning on Liv, and they could do that, but maybe they want to move on. I don't know, but it's kind of weird to like you turn on Liv just because she's gone. You could just say that maybe she could be maybe exit out of Desert Day, but that wouldn't make sense because JD was out for a while. They got to be careful with that. Um, Jerry says, "Do you still think Liv is coming back tomorrow?" She might. I would not be surprised. They talked about her an awful lot tonight, and usually when they do that, that means that a return is pretty much imminent. Because if she wasn't returning, you wouldn't be getting this much talk. Like, usually they would be going out of sight, mind when they have injuries and they off TV. So it's a possibility. Kendall says, just give me Dom and AJ signals. Have Dom start distancing himself from Judgment Day immediately now. Yeah, that's kind of what I want too. Darius says, I think we're going to have Jade and Naomi as SummerSlam for the title now. Jade already kind of declared for Tiffany, so if they pivot now, it's going to be weird. But they could do that. But Tiffany's just been kind of stale as SmackDown champ right now. I don't know. Maybe they would throw Rhea over there. 97 says they dragged on the Judgment Day story longer than they should have. Yeah, it should have been done. It should have been done at WrestleMania. And if it wasn't supposed to be done at WrestleMania, they should have been doing like the Finn and Dom separation, like fighting and stuff, right there at after WrestleMania, and they didn't. Hope says if Naomi goes to Raw, so does Jimmy. Usually that's what happens. They usually keep couples together, but it's not. Typically, they don't have to because they don't have the live events anymore. When they had a whole bunch of live events, they usually kept the couple together because you would be going to Raw or SmackDown and then live events. But since they're not doing that now, you can kind of keep people separated. Like you can have Naomi at Monday Night Raw, and then Jimmy's still on SmackDown, but they still like, be able to have time together as a family with like the days in between, or like right after on the weekend. So they would still have be able to have time together. It's not like they would be missing each other because somebody got to fly out for like a live event. So. So 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 so. Bianca and Naomi for the title would be interesting. Yeah, it would. Let me check and see what's going on with this. Somebody said Raw's in Birmingham. You know who else is in Birmingham? I've been telling people this. Oh well. Well, somebody else said here that Liv could be in Birmingham too. So yeah, I have to get credit to that person too. Was that you, Kenji, or Jason? Somebody said that. Um, but yeah, I was like, I've been telling you guys. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, let me check the X one more time. Oh, Naomi got her press conference. That's cool. Let's see. You think Liv Morgan finally goes solo or goes space? Why would she go solo? Like solo from Raquel? I don't think she would go, and I don't think really think she'll go space. I think she would just be tweener if they would really want to do it, because her character is what got her over right now. It's kind of like with Dom. Yeah, you're getting face reactions, but they're still rooted in heelness. So I don't think you would want to change that. What's her name from NXT for the title from the match with Finish? Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it's JC Jane, and I really don't get the point of bringing Blake as a face only to turn her heel now. Like, wouldn't you just bring her in as a heel? Like, that just feels like it's so unnecessary. But it is what it is. Let's see. You think Rip La Familia, but hello Solo Dom? I mean, I think that was the goal. Like, I just wanted to get here sooner or later because, like I said, I'm just fatigued. Oh, you mean like Sol Ruka? Jadarius? Triple H point to Naomi. Mercedes Moné gave Liv her Naomi her flowers, which is nice. Let's see. Yep, yep, yep. Let's see. What do you think about Dom taking Liv's picture and hanging out with kissing it? I don't know, maybe. I don't want him to be like that sappy about it though. Hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. Would you be interested if the company brings back the Mixed Match Challenge? It should have been back, actually. Let's see if I can finish out this round. I might cut it short because I am really tired. It's been a day. I have the other puzzle. Darn it, I didn't edit it. I have the other puzzle fighting game too. I'm a fan of Tetris. Like, I used to play Tetris on my Game Boy. That's another system. Ay, ay, ay. What am I doing? That's another system I had. When people were asking me what systems I own, I did have a Game Boy. Like the original Game Boy. Oh. There we go. Chubby Boy says Dom's about to execute Order 66. just hope for a crash out with Dom. Like I think a lot of the us Dom fans just want Dom to crash out, and it would be really I think it would be really nice if we could at least have Dom crash out. Just let him crash out. Let him fight. Let him beat Finn's ass or something like that. Do something. Like let us be able to see Dom fight. But we never get that. What is that? So what is that? Let's see. People say Liv and Rhea tag team champions. Live for Brutality. I do not want Live for Brutality. Rhea along with Damien, I don't want anywhere near Liv, Dom, even Finn. I don't want them around like former Judgment Day until they start realizing that they were shitty as being a part of Judgment Day. Like there's no atonement. Somebody was asking me on Not Gonna Lie, like, why do you still have a why do you take it out on Damien? I said because that no aura motherfucker never, it was sticking his nose into other people's business, and he violated bro code with Dom when Dom did nothing to him, and then he was a complete ass to Finn when Finn was trying to help him his ass out when he was still the champ. So that's why I stay on Damien's ass. Like he made Dom and Finn's life a living hell. So when it comes to Damien, when it's with Finn, I'm always taking Finn's side because Finn was treated like crap. Like Finn was not being presented as somebody at that particular moment as being in the wrong because Damien was being a jerk. He was being an ass. Same thing with Dom. Now he's being a jerk now, but when it came to Damien, he was in the right all the time. Is my volume down? Who's saying that my volume is down? Okay, seems like some people can hear me. I'll turn it up. Can you hear me now? Is that YouTube? Because it seems like TikTok was hearing me. Huh. Let's see. I'm gonna have to ask if people can hear me. Cause I've just been yapping away. Cause I'm not playing the game right now, so you're not gonna hear music. Let's see. Let me go back over here. It was a little low. Okay, I just turned it up. Turn it up just a little bit. You good now? Okay, thank you, Jadarius. Like, let me know if you can't hear me. Yeah, so, yeah, I was like, why are you coming after Damien? Because he's a no aura motherfucker. That's why I come after Damien. Same thing with Rhea. I have no love for Rhea. I can't stand her character right now. So, with Rhea, like, I was just happy. Like, we probably gonna get, like people said, like, I never lost the title. I never was pinned. They have to stop being so creative with Rhea not getting pinned. Because why is it that everybody else under the sun can get pinned? We've had Stephanie get pinned. We've had Julia get pinned. Roxanne. Bianca's getting pinned. Jade's gotten pinned. Pretty much everybody else under the sun has gotten pinned in some capacity. But with Rhea, they always gotta have somebody else in there, like tonight with Io, to take the pin. Like, what? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a nice stat to not get pinned, but not even the guys get that. You know how many times Seth has gotten pinned, or Sammy, or Bronson, or Braun Breaker, or anything like that? Like, like, please, man. Let's see here. So, saying that. Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna check. I got a new question. Why do I have a new question? What are they saying? You think Liv shows up tomorrow on Raw? I've been saying this, that I think there's a huge chance that Liv can show up. Why do people still complete asking me this question? Like, do y'all read my X at all? That's what I've been posting. I've been saying that I would not be surprised. I said it tonight. I would not be surprised if Liv showed up. She didn't show up tonight. She might show up tomorrow. If she doesn't show up tomorrow, oh well. But there's a chance. There's a chance that she might show up. If she can travel, she'll show up. I'm not answering that question. What do we do with Liv after the whole Roxanne thing? See, I mean, you could just say that maybe Roxanne just starts wrestling more and then Liv, and then they don't want to depend on Liv anymore. But still, it's weird, you know, because there have been injured people in factions, and that doesn't change their status. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of over the whole Judgment Day storyline now. Jerry says, "I'm a little surprised that Roxanne and Raquel won. I thought Alexa and Charlotte was going to win. That's why I was saying, like, I would have just went ahead and just gave the titles to Charlotte and Alexa. They were cheering for Charlotte. That would have been nice for Charlotte. Just let them go on and have it. And then we would have had drama tomorrow in the Judgment Day Clubhouse. But now we got to deal with Finn grinning. And I'm really not looking forward to it. So, let us go to. Let me do one more round. And I'll think about something else. Amen. Let me turn it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Judgment Day. It's just so. I guess they had to have Raquel look like act a certain way, so when she does accept Roxanne, it would have been, you know, everybody been okay with it. But still, else is somebody saying? Do you think Rhea will win that crown jewel? I was like, I don't know. Like I said, it's been really hard to predict stuff. I don't know if this is just Triple H not knowing what the hell he's doing right now. Could be nothing, could be something, I don't know. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Yep. So once Liv and Dom leave Judgment Day, what do they do about like Dom's title? I think they keep it until they want to get somebody else over. That's why I was saying I don't think he'll drop it to Finn or Dom. It'll be somebody else. Might be a Penta, might be a Ray Phoenix, it might be anybody else, but it won't be Finn or AJ. If Rhea wins on Sunday, I'll become a Liv stand for a year and make a Liv post. Well, she lost. I was thinking when Liv and Dom leave Judgment Day, they could go after the IC title so they have the same title. I mean, they can. Like, and I don't even know what they're going to do with Becky now. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, she beat Bayley and she beat Lyra, so who steps up to challenge her now? Are they still going to continue this program with Bayley and Lyra? So, like, who steps up? It's gonna be weird. Barry, do you think AJ Lee's return? Well, she didn't return. Barry Allen, yeah. So she did not return. That was another thing I was telling people. Like I said, I would believe it when I see it, or if I hear "Let's light it up" for AJ, and she didn't return. So all those hints didn't mean nothing. And they did the same thing with Money in the Bank. So that's why I was saying, like you know, they played me last year. Like I really thought she might have showed up last year, but this year they had a lot of clues, and she still didn't show up. So, yep. She did not show up. One more check of the interwebs. Yeah, they're already clowning on Rhea now. Like somebody is saying, like Naomi, I won the match against Io at Evolution, and you stole my championship away from me, the one that I never lost. I'll be facing you at SummerSlam, and I will win because mommy's always on top. Like, you see how formulaic that is, where you could just pretty much create a Rhea promo. Chubby Boy says, I think it's time for the women to get brand new tag titles. Yeah, I think so. Ooh, tomorrow they might put Roxanne's side plates on instead of Liv's. That might be something. Kind of hoping they just, I kind of hoping they just kind of pivot a little bit and just let Dom be heel tomorrow, especially with Seth. Because like I said, there's not a lot of heels. The heels that they have is Drew McIntyre, and he's already tied up with that silly match with Jelly Roll and Randy Orton with Logan Paul. Like, give me a break. Let's see. Let's see. Hope says, I wonder if they're still going for the King of Luchadors with Dom. Well, Triple H called Dom the King of Luchadors, so it's still there. And let's see. Yep, people are already clowning on Rhea. I said that. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Becky, I was really getting after Becky for having that same ass gear that she's been wearing since last year, while Lyra and Bailey had new gear. I'm like, woman, you've been wearing that same gear since last year. It's the same gear, and here comes Lyra and Bailey with some awesome gear. I loved Lyra's gear. Like, Lyra's gear was really nice. I loved it. It's the black and the purple. But here you come, Becky, with that same ass gear. Like, you couldn't find something else? You can't make something else? Like, why are we wearing the same gear here? Meanwhile, we got Naomi over here wearing something new every single time we see her. She's wearing something new, either wrestling gear wise or clothing wise. It's never the same. I don't know if this is a part of her character or what. Let's see. Outside of Judgment Day, what else do we expect tomorrow? Jacob says we got the Gauntlet with the men. We'll probably hear some shit talking with Becky. We'll probably see her shit talking with Naomi. Um, maybe with something with El Grande Americano, Ludwig version time, and then maybe something with Karrion Cross. I don't know. So let's see. Oh, they already got the side platform for Roxanne. Okay. Maybe Don will see that tomorrow and get upset. I don't know. So let's see. Is there anything else? Let's see. Rhea stands crashing out about Naomi winning. Hmm. That's somebody calling Naomi the Rock side piece. Like, since when is being a Fatu help Naomi out? Like, give me a brace. It's not like she's Samoa where she was just inserted and getting everything. Please. So, let's see. There's nothing really else on. Oh, Rikishi actually posted something positive about Naomi. It's not all about Jay all this time. Naomi will probably be on Raw tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. It's not much else I could say. It's just that Raquel, Roxanne Lynn. I guess we'll see Happy Family again. Hopefully, we'll see some Dom shenanigans. Um, with AJ tomorrow, we might see Liv. We probably will see Naomi. We'll probably see uh maybe a Rhea crash out or something like that. Like, I don't know. But I think that will be it. Um, I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this format tomorrow. I might. I am not sure. I got to think about it. But I might play again with this. Like for the weekend stuff. Just play a game, talk wrestling, things like that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna keep bouncing back and forth, talk wrestling, and play a game. But I will see you all tomorrow. I might do this format tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. Um, but if not, I'll be on TikTok. At least, and you can, y'all always find, y'all are mostly on there anyway. But if not, I'll be here and you'll see this. I might change this whole setup again because I always gotta tinker with stuff. So, um, I bid you all a good night. May Naomi won. We'll see what happens with Judgment Day tomorrow.